welcome to another episode of On the Bank with me, Michael Rivers. We're on the mighty Thames today, and the season is fast coming to an end, so it meant one fish, the Mighty Pike. We set ourselves a challenge of a £20 pike, and this is really last chance saloon. There was one man for the job, and that's my old friend, Henry Lawrence. Today we're going to be dead baiting, as last night was very cold. I think it got below freezing. So we think they'll be laid on the bottom waiting to smell oily fish and just move in on it. We will try some lure fishing if this doesn't produce any fish. But again, what a wonderful place to be. Let's hope we can get some on the bank. Okay, let me talk you through the rig we're using. Reel, nice little spinning reel, nothing special about that. You don't have to spend a lot of money on piking gear. Carp reel, anything like that will do. The important bit is the line. This is braided line, so it's very strong. And you need to use strong line, not because you might catch a £40 pike, but you indeed might, but more for fish safety, because here we have a trebled baited hooks. And if I get snagged up, I want the line to be strong enough to pull the hook straight, so I'm not leaving that in the water, because that will kill a pike if it is left in the water. Wire trace to a sliding float with a nice juicy weight on the bottom, so that is hard and fast to the bottom. And this is called float ledgering, and it allows you to cover a lot of water. And at the top there on the line, I've got a little stop that sets my depth. And that's it. Launch that out and see if Mr. Pike bites.
Stay there. Yeah. I think because I'm over depth, it might just be easier.
Go whack it. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in.
It might be
Good whip. How's it feel?
It feels good, nice size. It looks like a good fish in there. It looks really nice size. You can just hammer over.
Oh, she's beautiful. Alright.
Well done. Well done.
She's a big fish.
It's a nice fish.
Definitely a double.
What's happening there? Oh, no, that's right. So not half the float's gone. This is a crocodile. What is it? Has my float gone? Was it completely gone? You in? You just couldn't see it because of the tail on it.
My rod was getting taken
This
off.
is a really nice
This is a big
fish.
fish.
I'm going to walk backwards. What are you doing?
I can't go in there. And they're such beautiful
The
fish.
viewers will be used to this.
I can't move. I just have a few doubles.
There you go, she's coming in.
She's in. She's in. Oh, that's a beautiful fish. Isn't it?
Stay in hand, buddy.
Just give her a minute to recover. Oh, that's beautiful. Really well done, mate. Do you want to set the hooking up, mate?
Yeah, I'll do it. Alright.
So first fish of the day, caught by my good friend Henry. We've had a couple of bites, but wow, That is a really decent fish. Can't wait to show you this.
You almost said that with no envy in your voice as well.
Well, I'd be lying if I said we're a team, aren't we? No, I am just glad to see one on the bank, and that is a big fish, easily into the double figures. We will weigh it. You ready?
Give it a couple more moments. I'll just get the scales. It looks bigger, doesn't it?
Let's get it into
It
the
will
sling.
certainly be close.
Oh, no, she's nice and revived.
Let's get these things out of the way. So she's got her energy back. That's nice. Right, let's be nice and quick.
I'll hold her tail.
Right, we've already tared the scales to 1.54 pounds, so 1.5 pounds there.
Turn it towards her.
You can see how far it goes, mate. We've already tared, so just push her back in.
She is your PB by a long way. 17 pounds 4 ounces.
17.4.
That's correct.
Yeah, so
well
just
done, mate.
Yes.
Well
Nice.
done, mate.
Very good.
Now let's have a look. And we have just landed this absolute croc.
Specimen. Now let's be careful and try and grip this properly. So we've turned it around the right way so we can jaw it. And that there is what fishing is all about. That is one hell of a creature.
You've got to be over the moon.
17.5 pounds.
17.5 pounds.
We've come for a 20, but let me tell you, that'll do.
Absolutely made for eating. Let's just turn her onto the camera so we can see. The head is like a shovel, look, and that thing just comes up and gobbles it.
And the pike is particularly slimy, just so it has that explosive speed through the water, making it more streamlined. But that is an absolutely beautiful creature, and I don't think we should have it out of the water any longer.
Let's get it back. Well done, Henry.
Just about to release this fish here. We've revived it, we've let it have some good time in the water, and she's upright. She wants to go. We'll just let her do a couple of kicks before.
Absolutely beautiful pike.
There she goes. We'll let her do one more before she's heading down.
Yeah, straight back to the bottom
There
where
she
she
goes.
came from.
There she goes. Into the depths.
Shall we see if we can get another?
Let's do that.
Well done, mate.
Perfect.
PB. And we're in. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a good fish. Oh, it's a lively fish. Henry, you're going to have to watch that other rod, man. No. Whoa. That's a good fish. I've got to get over there. Help me out here, mate. That could have been the 20. That could have been the 20. You'll never know. That went straight away. It's been in 10 minutes, isn't it?
Less than a minute. Less than a minute.
Oh, that's tough. That is tough to bear. That was a really big fish. It nearly pulled me in. So the reason why we're fishing this very tricky spot, we've got railings there, we've got overhanging trees, is for one reason only. The pike are here because they love structure. They love places where they can hide and ambush their prey. And it's been non-stop action, hasn't it, Henry, since we've sat down here?
Since the moment we got here. I mean, the rods were in the water 5 minutes.
Yeah,
We hadn't even set up the second rod, and already we're onto the fish. They were already biting.
And at the start of this season, we set ourselves a challenge of a 20-pound pike. And we've come very close to it both today and last time we were up the Y. And we both feel that that honestly may have been the fish that we were after that just got off. It was absolutely a powerhouse.
Yeah.
It covered about 20 feet on the back, then dove for this snag down here. And I just couldn't stop it. And you know, you beat yourself up about it. I don't know what I could have done differently with the railings.
Your clutch was just that little bit too tight.
Yeah.
It just didn't give it any line when it needed it, and it just pulled the hooks.
The bite was really aggressive, wasn't it? Immediately, the bait landed on the bottom and suddenly the float was away, which is quite
You're on
unusual.
top of it. You cast right to it. You're
Yeah,
right on top
yeah.
of it, and within a moment of seeing that bait, that fish wanted it, and boy did it let you know.
That's the stuff that anglers really, they lose sleep over. It is the stuff of angling nightmares, and Henry has the stuff of angling dreams today. But look at the weather. I mean,
It's what brings you back to the bank.
the one that got away, folks. You need to wait till the float is just cruising away. Just a sign that there's a fish there, it just bobbed. And now we wait for the bite to develop. It's so exciting, this fishing. You have to hold all your instinct to try and catch the fish prematurely. You just want to hit it, but you've got to wait. What do you think, Henry?
Well, it definitely plugged away.
Didn't it? Big bob, but it's not. Is
stick
it just
with it.
moving away?
There's a bit of movement on it.
Oh, it's definitely something around there. If you can see the float, it's just moving. It's so small. Wait. Fish on that. Yeah, we're into a fish. Yeah, it's a big weight. It's a good fish. Oh, it's a good fish. It might not be as big as yours, but she's definitely a good fish. Oh, there's some weight to that. Oh, yes. It's another double. It's not as big. I think I just felt a treble go. You just get under net in your hands, Henry.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Oh, it's shaking away down there.
Easy does it.
Oh, she's a nice little example, but I think your one would eat this one for breakfast. Oh, it just gets your heart going every time, doesn't it? Thought she was a bit heavier than that. It's nice for more fish. It's not the 20. Perfectly fit. Yeah, she's there. A beautiful River Thames pike. Probably about, what would you give me for that, Henry?
That's a solid £8 or £9.
£8 or £9 fish, nice full belly, beautiful markings in it on the sun, as you can see, and that big old mouth. That's the last thing a roach or a chub will ever see, or even indeed a smaller one of these. Let's slip it back and see if we get another. Just see how well camouflaged this pike is. So, just lay her in the water there, grab the tail, make sure she's upright. Just wait for her to kick. Make sure she's nice and strong. And off she goes, over the edge and away. So as I said at the start of the programme, we started this season and we've never really pike fished properly. We've dabbled in lures, but this is the first time we set ourselves a challenge of catching a big old croc, a big pike. The first visits were to the River Wye, absolutely incredible place. Have you ever fished anywhere like that, Henry?
Just the most amazing place to go fishing. It sets itself apart from any other fishery that we've ever gone to.
Yeah, you almost feel spoilt by it,
It's
don't you?
absolutely gorgeous, and the benchmark of fish that we set ourselves, a £20 pike, it it was quite a high standard that we were looking for.
Yeah, especially for our first crack at it. We discovered this technique, the float leisure, and we've been 3 times. This is our 3rd day out of the season. The rest of the time we spent for barbel, which you will see soon. And every single time we've been out, we've had incredible days. The first day yielded a 15-pound pike, a 16-pound pike, and a 17.5-pound pike. Then we came back here to the tent, and we had 9 pike in total, and the biggest was about 14 pounds. So we didn't catch that monster we were after, but great fishing nevertheless. And then today we've come out for just an afternoon as the season's drawing in. Henry's smashed his PB with a 17.5-pound pike. I've had a very nice Thames pike, but again I've lost easily the biggest fish of the season today. You see it on the camera. You'll see it after this. But it was all adrenaline. I couldn't do anything about it. It ran in that tight swim. I couldn't give it any line, and it managed to slip the hook. But we will definitely be back next year.
The
pike
challenge
fishing.
is still on.
Yeah.
We haven't done it.
No.
We have not
Yeah.
done it yet.
So
So
the hunt is still on for the 20-pound pike.
there's still time. We've got about, an hour and a half of light?
Hour and a
We
half
can still
going.
do it.
As I always say in the episodes, it's that magic hour now. It really is. The sun's just dipping behind that weirdly attractive pylon. And there's something I've learnt about the pike, which I didn't know before. I don't know if you did, Henry, which was I used to catch a pike from one swim and move on. Think that was it. There's one pike to each section of the river. But now we've discovered actually that they actually hunt in packs, or that when the conditions are right, they'll all sit there anyway because of it, because the fish are there. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
They've followed the fish and they're in that area because the prey fish
Yeah.
are there.
So regularly, it's not unheard of that we've had six pike out of one little stretch of water like this. So if you do get one, definitely it's worth another couple of casts just to see if they come back on the feed. Earlier I lost that pike. The next cast got snapped off. So that once they start getting going, and it's that switch again, isn't it, Henry? They're either on or they're off. They're
Yeah.
feeding or they're not.
Yes.
And you've just got to be in the right place at the right time.
Every one of our sessions, we've always had the bulk of the fish out of one spot.
Yeah.
Once you've found them, don't give up on it. If you've caught one, don't give up. Stay in that spot, and usually, well, in our experience, it will
Yeah.
produce more. So
Yeah.
just stick with it and just carry on fishing.
Which is definitely a first. You learn something every time you go out on the bank. And I think in these 3 sessions
We've learnt more in these 3 sessions than we
Yeah.
have done in 22 years
of spinning,
experience.
catching odd jack pike. I think your record before was 10 pounds, mine was 6.
Yeah.
And then just completely smashed it. In fact, on the River Wye, in 2 casts, I had 2 PBs. I had what was the first one? 15 and then
Yeah.
a 17.5 back to back. So it's just incredible. And I've really got a newfound respect for the pike. The beauty of them, the power. They're just beautiful fish, and we need to preserve these things so that long may it continue. And hopefully we'll be back next season where the benchmark may be a 30-pound pike. Well, let's get the 20 first.
Yeah, we'll get the 20 first, and then we'll set
Yeah.
our sights maybe a little bit
I'll
higher.
try not to lose it this time. That's the one we'll go back for, and that's what keeps you fishing. Is those tales, your imagination runs wild. The one that got away, or what if.
That's what you go back for.
That's what you
That
go.
one that got away.
It's like mythical, isn't it? And then all
The
of a sudden
unknown.
it's there in your hands, and it's surreal. It's absolutely surreal. But we hope you've enjoyed this as much as we have, making it.
It's been an absolute joy.
Yeah. Let's just hope that when this cuts, there's and then this happened. I should have
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, should have jumped in the water earlier. So we've decided to do River's top tip of the week, as we're doing weekly episodes, and this week it is to eat Pringles on the bank, because then you have an excellent tube to put all your floats in. Saves you money and it's delicious. What do you think, Evan?
I think you should have gone pop up a pop bait or something. I think that's what you should have.
Right, sorry. It's so funny. I think that the water's very clear, so we might try some lure fishing.
Lost it. You've lost it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of On the Bank with Rivers. We're on the majestic Thames today, and
Hang on.